Chapter 6. Through thick and thin. Despite Luca's bitterness, Gran was right. He needed to hash things out with Rollo. A big fight changes the nature of a friendship. Whether, in the end, it is for the better or for the worse, all comes down to understanding. If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them. Luca emerged from seclusion, taking in the crisp festival air, but the events of the day weren't on his mind. He had to find Rollo.
Let me see what this festival's all about. Sure, nothing bad will happen. There you are. Luca, Rollo wanted me to tell you something. What is it?
Roxy rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
Space adventure through, though you needn't buy it. If you be brave, go somewhere quiet. Roxy, it's a riddle, Luca. My goofy little brother wants you to find
Luca
him.
looked down and kicked at the dirt.
Look, I know you two had a fight. The only thing more annoying than my little brother is my little brother without his best friend. So I'm doing him this one favor. I need one favor from you. Whatever it is that went down between you two, squash it. Unique New York. Unique New York. Huh? Oh, don't mind me. Just warming up for my big ceremony
Mr.
speech.
pointed to his grinning mouth.
Gotta limber up the old gab box. You nervous? Oh, heavens no. Oh, break a leg. Be a gift of the grip that... I'm not gonna say stuff. I don't know who perennial harvest thinks they're pressing with this ridiculous festival. Totally. Town's still falling apart. The weather's still cruddy, and this season's harvest looks like it's gonna be worse than last year's. You said it. No amount of corporate pandering is gonna change any of that. Exactly. But... Lemon at the drink stand over there does look pretty tasty. Fits. I'm still gonna be mad at them. Just rather be mad while sipping some delicious lemonade is all. Welcome to our festival. Don't forget to come back later for Mr. Kerr's speech. And the Perennial Harvest Festival sign reveal. You don't want to miss it.
Jeff was staring into the distance with a wistful look.
Hey Jeff, everything alright? Oh yeah, everything's fine. I mean, used to be fine. Just ain't right these days, you know? I really do, actually.
Jeff turned to Luca with a furrowed brow, then gave an understanding nod.
You do, don't you?
For a moment, the two now shared that same wistful gaze.
Oh, it didn't last long. Aha, every single time. Yep. Wait for it. Unexplained sound once again noted. Like clockwork. What a bunch of drones. Aha. How goes the beetle hunt? Pretty rotten. Haven't seen so much as a next event. It's just not just the beetles. It's more I couldn't find any creatures at all. It's like everything that buzzes or skitters is just packed up and left. I'm sure they're out there somewhere. Maybe all the commotion of the festival just spooked them. Yeah, maybe that's it. Did you hear? After Mr. Kerr gives this big speech, they're going to have the first annual biggest catch competition. As long as the boot qualifies as a catch, I'm a shoo-in. Good luck. Crap, he's not here. I don't know where he is. A space adventure, though you needn't buy it. Oh, library. Piper, you're actually taking a break from studying. I want to see what all the festival fuss is about. I can't help but notice, you still brought your backpack full of books. Look up, backpacks can carry a lot more than just books. True. So what you got in there? Books. I was able to return the Perennial Harvest safety suit you borrowed. I don't think anyone noticed. Good. Now will you tell me what you needed it for? It was a favor for an enemy of my enemy. This isn't going to harm Mr. Kerr, is it? What you need to know is that it's for the good of the family. I've got a question for you. What do you think this whole festival is for? The way I figure it, Perennial Harvest is trying to win over the town. Like a bribe, but with balloons. Cynical. I like where your head's at. That's what I assumed at first too, until you eavesdropped on a couple of gossipy clipboards. What if I told you that this whole thing is really a special shindig for a super secret guest of honor? Special guest? Who? I haven't dug that deep yet, but whoever it is, PH thinks they're a big deal. Hey, Luca.
Kado's eyes lit with excitement.
I've been expecting you. Bravo on deciphering the first riddle. First? Oh, you didn't think that was it? That was all, did you? Rollo does go out, doesn't he?
Kato straightened up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing.
On planet Farpool, you may take issue. When the 5th king dies, you'll need a tissue.
Kato stared at Luca eagerly.
Get it? Want me to tell you? No, it's okay. Let me figure it out. Alright, when you find it, bring it here to be verified. If you decide you want a hint, then the offer still stands. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Jace. Still working through the new Hank Atomic? You know it. It's a fascinating canon towards the end. Did you know? Hank Atomic Shrinker Ray doesn't technically shrink stuff. It uses inverse quantum particle decay. It literally grows the entire universe around an object, leaving that object unaltered. So it just looks shrunk compared to everything else? Bingo. That's wild. Jace? No spoilers, please. Oh, right, sorry. Oh, here's a hint. The words I emphasize are important. Yeah, issue 5th. 5th issue.
Luca grabbed the adventures. Kato removed his book from the desk and replaced it with Luca's, turning on the lamp. As he slid the book under the purple light, 2 words glowed: The Adventures of Hank Atomic, Issue 5. Luca clicked his tongue with recognition.
Hello, cipher pen. Used to write secret messages everywhere with that. And only I had the special flashlight needed to reveal it. But I lost it. Well, apparently you traded Jeff for this purple light bulb. Part of his entire Halloween candy stash. Or Willow. Now you'll see here.
Kato began flipping through the pages, stopping when he hit a glowing word.
Get away with such a
He
grift.
continued flipping.
Only found in Grub. Cart.
Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked.
That's it. Grift in Grub Cart. Grifton. Griffin's Grub Cart. He wants me to go to Griffin's snack stand. Ah, brilliant. Guess you're off then. Good luck on the rest of the scavenger hunt. Thanks, Kato. Hey, Griffin. Did Rollo come?
Before Luca could finish his sentence, Griffin handed him a corn dog.
Oh, that's it? Bought and paid for. Enjoy. Thought there was supposed to be a riddle or
Luca
something.
shrugged, taking a sizable bite out of the corn dog.
Yuck. It's cold. Oh yeah, that's been sitting there for a while. Rollo wanted me to be sure to give you that one specifically. Well, that just...
Luca tongued at his cheeks, feeling something rough between his teeth. He reached into his mouth and pulled out a slip of paper.
Oh, come on.
He shook off the bits of corn dog to read the slip.
A pickup when you need some pep. Near the fountain, so
Luca
up the
finished
step.
off the remainder of the corn dog.
It's a coffee place. This is getting to be a whole thing. Look at it. Did you know the Beacon Pines is actually unincorporated? A lot of people don't know that. Wow, yeah, I didn't know. What's that mean? It means most public works are handled internally. So, we do all the pipelines, the water treatment, building regulations. That's great. Census taking, emergency services. There you are, Luca. There's no way I'm actually doing this. It's way below my pay grade. Oh, come on, you big stiff. Let the kids have some fun. Fine. But Rollo owes me
Loon
one.
waved his hands around sarcastically as he began.
Takes flight, but has no wings. Your final task, a friendship brings. See, that wasn't so hard. I feel cheapened somehow. I think it's sweet. Oh, it's right there. Hey. Hey. So, Bloom. Did you find the comic book? Yep. You got the corn dog? Yeah. Well then. I know it doesn't make up for what I said. But here, you've earned this.
Rollo sheepishly handed Luca the balloons.
Thanks. You didn't have to go to all this trouble. I'm sorry I got so mad. Dang it, you were supposed to let me apologize first. Oh, sorry. Now you've apologized twice before me. Just let me do this. Luca, I'm really sorry. With everything that's happened with your mom and all, I've always wanted to be there for you. Be a good friend, you know? When you said you were hanging out with someone else, I kind of freaked out. Rollo, still my turn. Felt like if you need some new friend to help you, it meant that I wasn't good enough. That was selfish and wrong. I was wrong. I'm so sorry, Luca. Okay, apology over. You can talk now.
Luca threw himself at Rollo, hugging him as tightly as he could.
Oh, Rollo, I don't deserve you. I don't deserve you either. That's why we deserve each other. So, what else do you want to do today? You snoop around and try to find some info about your mom. Snoop where? You probably sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ while everyone's at the festival. I'm just curious about all the stuff those clipboards write down. What if we get caught? I think I've had enough excitement for 1 week. Let's just make the rest of the day about us. Really? Yeah, the rest of the world can wait 1 more day. You know? I have been waiting to get some work done on the MCDC at Mission Control. The aim is a bit unpredictable. That sounds perfect. Oh, I almost forgot. I ran into your gran this morning. She asked me to give you this.
Rolo handed Luca an unopened letter.
I'll wait for you inside if you want to read it now. Letter?
Luca, some things are going to happen that might be difficult for you to understand. If I am honest, I hardly understand them myself. But whatever happens, I need you to know that I love you. None of this is fair to you. You have already lost so much. We both have. I wish there was a simpler way forward. But if there is, I haven't thought of it. God knows I've tried everything I've done. I did for you. I hope someday you can accept that. Love, Gran.
I love you too, Gran.
Luca folded the paper into his pocket and headed up the ladder.
I don't know what's gonna happen here. What's up with that letter? Anything you want to talk about? Maybe later. Sure, wherever you want. You know, you really didn't have to go to all that trouble just to apologize. I know, but we've been looking forward to the festival for weeks. After I ruined everything with my big mouth, this is the best way to make sure you still had a good time without me, Rolo.
Luca was at a loss for words, but that was fine. Words aren't always necessary.
The festival seemed nice. Was it nice? We can still go. This is fine. Well, there's always next year.
Sadly, this was untrue.
Oh, jeez.
A distant rumble shook the treehouse.
Huh? What was that? Man, we missed the fireworks?
It was not fireworks.
Oh,
It was
man.
something the boys couldn't possibly comprehend. Something as old and cruel as time itself.
I'm building it up. It's a rocket ship. Oh, what the hell?
A shockwave
Wasn't
of
expecting
cold
that.
tore through the room. A bitter, unfathomable chill. Before they could react, it encased them in ice. 2 boys, reunited by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene in a silent treehouse turned statuary. In a town brought low by its secrets sits a pair of friends, alone, together, for the rest of time. The end. No.
Okay.
That can't be the ending. It simply can't. I won't accept it, and I hope you won't either. There are more endings, more possibilities. I can feel it. We are just going to have to sort through them all until we find the one that fits.
Seems like the whole tree, so. How much there is left? Alright, so bottom. I kind of want to see this one.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. He squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches. He looked up with surprise as it struck true and taut.
Oh, I can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Kerr. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy. See you, jerks. Fine, we know where that leads them. This way, we'll take the tunnels.
Luca and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket. The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What the? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back. The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice. In fact, it was ice.
Alright.
Chapter 5. Signs. They stood silently, catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luca pulled Iggy to his feet as they gazed across a snowy terrain.
That was actually pretty badass. Uh-huh. I think we lost him. Are we up in the mountains? Don't think so. If anything, we went downhill. What's up with the Winter Wonderland? All I know is there's no going back the way we came. See if we can get our bearings. Follow me.
A disc of smooth metal was lightly covered in snow. 2 faint seams were visible along the surface.
Manhole cover? If it is, I've never seen one like it. Luca, are you there?
Luca had almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying.
It's that bozo Kerr. I hope nothing bad has happened to you out in those woods.
Luca looked at Iggy with hesitation.
No need to be rude.
With a resigned sigh, Luca responded.
Seems like the only dangerous thing in the woods is you. He speaks, the young man of the hour. Now, how in tarnation did you end up with one of our radios? Just lucky, I guess. Boy howdy, you Vandermans are full of surprises, aren't you? You knew my parents? Never had the honor of meeting your father, but your mom sure was a handful.
Luca winced, shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
Gotta keep moving. What's the readout? Something just above 258 Kelvin. That's down a bit from last time. Should we report this to Mr. Kerr? Still within safe ranges. Maybe spreading, but it's under control for now. And a small nudge in equilibrium could cause a cascade. Dude, relax. Just a few more sites to hit before we can punch out. Let's get this over with. What's all this? Hard to say with all the snow. I think it's a town sign. I almost make out letters under there. What town could this even be? It can be another town this deep in the Weep Woods. Looking at evidence to the contrary. Let's figure out what we're dealing with here. Step 1, snow's gotta go. Let's see what I can do.
The boys stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
This doesn't make any sense. We're in Beacon Pines? How's that possible? We ran away from town. How did we end up back here? Guess we got turned around. Where will snow come from? It's been colder than normal lately. There's a pretty big difference between sweater weather and this Arctic hellscape. It's probably we've fought at before. It was cold too. Maybe all of it leads to one source. You think it's related? What the hell's going on? I'm gonna get you some answers. Let's keep moving. It's all frozen.
Looking down at the frozen stream, Luca could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
Whatever happened here, it happened fast. Fish didn't even have time to run. Or, swim run.
The crunching of footsteps trailing Luca went hush. He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
Everyone's gone. What? There's nothing here but more snow. There must be an explanation for all this. We have to keep looking. You can look all you want. I quit. Iggy, we have to keep going. You don't get it, do you? This isn't one of your pathetic Hank Atomic stories. We aren't going to save the day. We're not even going to save ourselves. My face is mangled. The town is destroyed. And everyone we've ever known is gone. You don't know that. You can't just quit. Do whatever you want. I'm done. It's gonna be okay.
Luca peered upward at the darkening sky. He let out a long, foggy breath. Faintly, Iggy began to cry. Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luca a sense of compassion, and more than...
It is getting pretty late, I think. Probably not a great idea to stumble around in the dark anyway.
Luca allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy.
Let's just rest for a
The boys
bit.
huddled together for warmth and comfort. If not for exhaustion, their minds would be racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day. As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb.
Raised to death or something. The way the snow covered everything over. It's kind of calming. Yeah, I haven't had time to say it, but thanks. Huh? We're getting us away from those creeps. I sort of froze up back there. I should be the one apologizing. It's all happening because I lost my temper. That's bull hockey. First of all, you didn't know what that gunk would do. You didn't, right? Of course not. And second, stop with this baloney about losing your temper. If I did lose my
Iggy
temper...
motioned sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
Obviously. Or exactly... That's exactly what you should have done. Huh? I was being a horse's ass. You're supposed to be a horse's ass in response. That's how it works. I'm having a hard time following. You want me to fight you? Of course. Geez, you goody-goodies types take forever to understand this very basic point. Why would you go around seeing cruel things trying to get into
He
fights?
shrugged.
It's something I do. You're an asshole because you're bored? Sometimes I just feel empty. You won't understand. You and Rolo was having a blast together, laughing and calling that dinky little treehouse mission control.
He now wept openly.
Perfect little Luca Van Horn. This perfect little life. My life is not perfect. Everybody in town likes you. Not everybody. Hell, that new girl hasn't even unpacked yet, and even she already likes you. You have Tish.
Wiped his nose with a sleeve.
I love Tish. Tish is great. But she ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationalist, you know?
Luca gave a warm chuckle.
I get that
He
impression.
cleared his throat as he wiped his eyes.
Huh, must be raining out here. Definitely.
He arched into a wide yawn.
Should probably try to get some sleep. Yeah. Let's lay low for now. Tomorrow we'll get to the bottom of all
Luca's
this.
eyelids began to slowly drift shut.
Luca? Yeah? I always did want to see the inside of your dinky little treehouse. What do you think? Not bad. I'll give you the full tour when we get back. You know what?
That's all Luca could whisper before succumbing to sleep. Iggy snuggled in some more.
When it comes to the worst days of my entire life, this one wasn't half bad.
The house smelled of warm bread. Luca was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug. He looked up to see his parents on the couch.
That's a weird dream.
His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luca spoke. "This is how you remember them, huh?" Luca turned to see his own face, the doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes. Aww, look at this perfectly cozy scene. You know, it wasn't really like this. The figure picked up a toy block and inspected it. It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials. Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy. You don't remember, do you? Lucas snatched the block from the figure's yellow-gloved hand. Remember what? The doppelganger pointed to the couch. The last day we saw him alive. The day he chose to abandon us. Luca turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. That's not true. He didn't abandon us. The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see. Well, let me show you. The world flickered and pulsed. Luca was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room. Now, we both know that's not how this went. He grabbed Luca's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luca heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope. It was his parents, fighting. Do you remember what we did next? Luca gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister. He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this. She was scared. His father stepped forward. What am I supposed to do? Just watch? There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it. I swore an oath to help people. I won't turn my back on them. Luca's mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading. I can't lose you. Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this. Eleanor raised her voice. Spare me your bullshit platitudes. What about our son? Luca flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile. Luca, is that you, buddy? With tears in his eyes, Luca descended the stairs. Mom? Dad? What's going on? Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luca eye to eye. Nothing, buckaroo. Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all. Luca placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing. It sounded like you were going somewhere. Walt gently removed the device from Luca's ears. Listen to me, Luca. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in. Luca hugged his father tightly. Promise? Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder. I promise. With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun.
Jeez.
A figure approached soundlessly from the foggy snowfall. It stood above them, lingering in contemplation. Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head. From a deep slumber, Iggy sprang up defensively.
Get your hands off me.
Whether it was the calming presence or the recognition that he was not in danger, Iggy felt his clenched fists lower.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Luca looked up, gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
You certainly have caused a lot of commotion. What's that supposed to mean? Take it easy, Iggy. You're asleep, mind your own business. You didn't want to run around knocking on people's heads. I'm sorry if I hurt you, Iggy. You didn't hurt anybody. Anybody? Huh? Oh, I see. Think you're better than me.
When it came to complete strangers, Iggy had trouble cobbling together an insult.
Big-headed, scarfy-necked, furball. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's lower temperature a bit here. Interesting choice of words. I mean, I'll just calm down. Who are you? A friend. An observer. A hitchhiker on an infinite expanse of possibility. Great. How about a name? If you must call me something, you can call me Nat.
Iggy huffed with gratification.
How about you make like a gnat and buzz off? Very well.
Nat began to turn away indifferently.
Wait, do you live here? You might say that. So you know where we are? You might also say that. Look, pal, we just want to find a safe way out of here. You gotta help? You gonna help us or not? Before knowing how to leave, one must know where they are. Alright, that does it. Luca, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of here, one way or another.
Iggy turned sharply and began to stomp off.
Enough with the riddles. Iggy, wait up.
Realizing he'd worn their patience then, Nat relented.
Very well, I suppose this isn't time for metaphors. I'll show you how to get back home.
Luca and Iggy turned around with hope in their eyes.
Come here.
Nat took a deep breath in.
Close your eyes.
Nat exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers.
Okay, open
For a
them.
brief moment, Luca and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold, until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place, cold and disheartened.
This is your home. This is Beacon Pines. Look, Nat, we don't know how we got here. Maybe we stumbled through some time travel gate in Weepwood? Or we teleported to some alternate universe? Or this is all just some cruel experiment by Kurt and his goons? This is not our home. You're inching closer to the truth. Alas, the reality is much less fanciful. Let's give it to us straight. So be it. As I said, this is Beacon Pines. The original true Beacon Pines. Both grew up here. The town you've called your home for the past several years is a replica. A remarkable achievement of engineering, to be fair. But a replica nonetheless. It's impossible. It's too much work. You need a whole town to replicate a whole town. Indeed, to pull off such a feat would require immense labor power. That which could be moved would be moved. That which could not would require a precise duplicate. You would have noticed. Someone would have noticed. You'd think so, unless the auditing was impeccable. A mind-numbing attention to detail. As for the innumerable trivialities which complete the tapestry, well, you can leave that to this miraculous thing we call a brain. It has a real aversion to discontinuity, revulsion even. The brain has a wonderful way of smoothing out the rough edges, keeping us sane. Looking at you, looked uncomfortable. Oh, why did she read that? So you're saying that someone made an entire new town and moved us all and no one noticed? Precisely. But why? Why is the one question that can never be answered with certainty. The best one can do is to uncover.
Nat narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered,
The source. Why'd you say the source like that? Why indeed?
Luca began to laugh uncomfortably.
It's all ridiculous. There's no way they
He
could.
looked down at his feet. His eyes started back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
If this really is home,
He sprinted off into the pale distance. As Iggy turned to follow, Nat called out.
Iggy, it's not too late to turn back. Simple. Head west through Weepwood.